let's just be real for a minute. You probably love your partner. You share a life, a home, maybe even kids, and of course, a bank account. But we really need to talk about something that, yeah, can feel a little uncomfortable. So I want you to really just sit with this question for a second. Let it sink in. If everything in your life changed, like overnight, no warning, could you actually leave without having to beg, borrow, or watch your entire life just crumble? If the answer is no, or even a hesitant, I don't know, then this is for you. And look, before you jump to, but we trust each other, let me just put this out there. This has nothing to do with a lack of love. It has everything to do with having a smart backup plan. I mean, the reality is studies show that a woman's household income can plummet by over 40% after a divorce. That's not just a small fear, that's a real financial cliff. So today, we're going to get into why so many women still don't have their own money and why that has to change, like, right now. Okay, so we've kind of established the why this is so important, but what in the world is an FU fund? Let's break it down. At its very core, it's actually super simple. It is money that is yours and yours alone. It's not for a fun vacation, it's not a shoe fund, it's for your freedom, it's for your safety. It is the money that gives you the power to make a choice based on what is best for you, not just what you can afford in a scary moment. Now listen, if you don't have one of these funds, it is not some kind of personal failure. Not at all. It's because for generations, this is what we were taught. We were told that sharing everything was the goal, that a joint account was the ultimate romantic gesture, and that having your own money, oh, that was secretive, like you were plotting something. These are just messages we all absorbed. They are not truths we have to live by anymore.
And, that brings us right to the thing that so often creates this exact vulnerability, the joint-only bank account.
Look, a joint account isn't evil. It's a great tool for managing shared bills and life stuff. But, and this is a big but, when it's the only tool you have, what it feels like can be miles away from what it actually is. What feels like being on a team can quickly become a trap. A partnership can start to feel, well, permission-based, where you have to run every little thing by someone else. And what feels like security can actually be your biggest vulnerability. Let's get really specific here. When all your cash lives in that one shared bucket, you can't just decide to, take a class or help out your sister without having a whole conversation about it. You are also 100% exposed to your partner's debt or their spending habits. And in a real crisis, a sudden breakup, a health emergency, that account can be legally frozen or, worst case scenario, completely drained by the other person. A joint account is not your personal safety net. It's just not. Now, take a look at this. This visual pretty much says it all, doesn't it? It shows the reality for so many women. Even if you're working and contributing, when it all just flows into one joint pot, the actual amount of money that you can personally control, no questions asked, is often just a tiny little sliver of the family's wealth. I mean, think about it. Who was it that maybe paused their career for the kids or took the more flexible, lower-paying job to keep the household running? These are huge economic contributions that don't always show up on a pay stub. But when all the income goes into a pot you don't fully control, you're basically donating your economic power and just hoping for the best, hoping life is kind. And that's really the bottom line here, isn't it? Hope is a beautiful, wonderful thing to have in your life. It's just not a financial strategy. An FU fund? Now that is a strategy. Okay, so this is where it can get a little emotionally tricky. We have to talk about the biggest mental hurdle for most people. This idea that protecting yourself financially is somehow a betrayal of your partner. Ah, there it is. This is the question that stops so many women in their tracks. It comes from that feeling of guilt, from all that conditioning we just talked about. It feels like you're hiding something, or planning for the worst, which can feel really disloyal when things are great. But let's completely reframe this. This is not about trusting your partner less. It's about understanding that life itself is unpredictable. You can love and trust your partner with your whole heart and still not want your world to completely collapse if life decides to throw a massive curveball. This fund protects you from circumstance, not just from a person. It's for when things go wrong that are nobody's fault, just as much as it is for a relationship ending. So this isn't about gearing up for a fight with your partner. It's about honoring yourself. It's a statement about your own worth. It's a declaration that you, yes you, deserve to be safe no matter what happens. All right, we have talked about the why. Now let's get down to the how, because the point of this is not to create anxiety, it's to inspire action. And I promise, it's way simpler than you think. Here is exactly how you start. Step 1, open the account.
You can do it online in like 5 minutes. Seriously, make sure it's in your name only and pick a high-yield savings account so your money can grow a little bit while it's sitting there. Step 2, set a small, super achievable first goal. Don't think about 6 months of expenses. That's just overwhelming. Just aim for $1,000. That's enough to completely change the game. And third, this part is key. Automate it. Set up a recurring transfer. $25 a week feels like nothing, but in a year, you've hit your goal without even thinking about it. That consistency is where the power comes from.
And this is the most critical rule of all. This money has one job, and one job only, to give you choices when you're in a crisis. It is not for a new handbag, it's not for a weekend away. You have to guard it fiercely, so that one day it can be there to guard you. I want you to think of that very first transfer, doesn't matter if it's $10 or $100, as a powerful statement. It's a declaration of your own independence and self-reliance. It's you taking back a piece of your power and saying, partnership is beautiful, but my future is my responsibility. And really, that's what this all boils down to. You can have the love, the partnership, the whole team, and you can also have the plan. Because having that plan is what allows you to stay in the relationship for all the right reasons, out of love and genuine choice, not out of fear or necessity. So, let me ask you one last time. If your relationship changed tomorrow, what would you do?